You can able to hear now, bro, that voice. Hello? Buddy, you can able to hear me? Bro, can you able to hear me now? Okay, cool. I just started Zoom meeting also. Okay, bro, let me start sharing my screen. I can let you know, okay, once it is shared. Yeah, I just selected, bro. So can you see my screen, buddy? Can able to see my screen, right? Okay. Bro, actually, like Python, SQL and, Java, all these are languages we know, right, already. But this is a SQL, bro. Like, already like what is SQL and all. But first of all, we need to know like what is database. Database is very important actually. So when we know database, then only we can understand like where we have to use SQL programming. Hmm? So let me go with this database and database basics. But before that, let me go with that. One more PPT we have. Let me check that 1 second. Yeah, this is the one introduction part. Okay, bro. See, we know that SQL is a SQL programming language, and we have to use for managing the data, right? In every organization. But we have a databases also. See, why I'm saying Snowflake is very important. This is a cloud database, buddy. But when it comes to on-premise tool, now suppose we have a Active Directory, right? On-premise Active Directory, and we know Azure Active Directory is a cloud database, correct? And we know like when we use on-premise Active Directory, maybe on-premise tools are like it's more heavy now in the cost perspective and all. So that's why they are choosing this pay as you go method, buddy, every time. And this Snowflake has that capability and quality. So that's why they are choosing this actually. And these are the another databases in our in the market. But when you try now any jobs in this market side, definitely, so we are not seeing that much growth actually, and we are not sure in the future we will be getting calls or not, like when we are try like a MySQL developer or Teradata SQL or something like that. And this is SQL server, right? This is Microsoft SQL server actually. So, and we are calling these all databases are RDBMS products, bro, like relational database management system products actually. Okay. And we have ETL tools. Like in ETL tools is nothing that, bro, like suppose you have a data in Azure container, right? So you need to copy that data and you have to insert the data into your Snowflake tables. So where you are doing some integration, right? So these ETL tools are very helpful actually when it comes to integrating between your application and your database. And this is shell scripting and all we don't want, bro. Actually, this is something different. Let me remove it. Let me remove these two things. But cloud means like this is a cloud tool, and we are trying to go with Azure only. Okay, and then we'll go to next slide. And this SQL is very important, bro, to learn, because if you have a table, you need to modify some data, means definitely you need to know like what is SQL actually, and you are performing that in the database. And I just said like ETL tools are also important when it comes to integration part. Means like extracting the data from one location to another location. And visualization tool that bro, like graphical representation, right? Suppose we have a log mean tool, right? Go to tool, ticketing tool. So we have a dashboard, right, where we can see like which ticket is met and which ticket is not met the SLA. So they can able to see in the visualization, right? So this our database developers are doing that kind of activity, bro, in the back end, and they are loading that normal database data into Power BI side, so that data will come into visualization part, and we can able to see the data in graphical representation. And data analysis that bro, suppose we joined go to company na 6 members at a time, correct? All of a sudden a new joiner come and he joined the go to company, right? See, we know that how to create a Active Directory and all manually, and also doing automation process. But in the back end, the data is loaded into a table structure, bro. Because when you open any account now in Active Directory, so we have a manager tab, we have a user account information now, like for job description and department name and all. So that is also a kind of one column actually in the database, but we are not able to see, right? Because we don't know actually how backend data is working. And that's why we are using this SQL program actually to deal. And big data tools are very important, bro, because we have a Apache, we have a, Spark also there. But the thing is, big data tools, we have to learn a lot of things actually. If you try with the big data, your salary also will be increasing. Also, when it comes to learning concepts, right? Like you have to learn Python, R language, like you must know machine learning and all. And that concept will take time, bro, because we are already had some experience, right? So that is the reason. The first thing is we need to know SQL. After that, we can try the Snowflake development and all. In future, we can try to learn something new. That would fine. And yeah, bro, in this part now, in this sessions, like I'm going to share all the SQL concepts, buddy. Also, like I'm going to share all the lot of queries. And most of the time, like we need to have a hands-on experience. Like if you know one command also, you have to try that command at least like 1 or 2 times in a day. Not like every day, like in the same day. Because so that you can't able to forget now, bro. Suppose in the interview side, they can ask one question like, um, uh, show me the data like which is having minimum salary is like 10%, something like that. So at that time, like when you practice more queries only, will able to perform that coding and all, buddy. That is a main concern actually that I can show you. Okay, let me go to another slide. Yeah, we know what is like we are going to talk about data under SQL. And also I told you, bro, like we have to take some output data and we have to input, give that input to, load the data in visualization side, like in a Power BI. So this we are not doing right now, but I'm just saying, as a being a data developer, they will also do this kind of activity actually. And I said, now, bro, like we have a databases, right? Like different databases. See, this is just like a application, buddy. Suppose you are using this Teams channel to connect with me, right? Same thing like that, where we are performing the queries is this is the application actually. These are the applications, but this is a cloud application. Rest of the applications are standalone application, like desktop applications. And that's why, every, SQL is same for all the databases, bro. Only thing is some similarities are there. Suppose if you are performing one command in MySQL, when you try to do the same command in Oracle, the command will work, but some keywords are different actually. And let me go to the Google concept. See, that's why I'm telling that, whenever we don't know actually which command we are going to deal with that, then we have to ask Google actually. Suppose I can share you one, command. Suppose I'm asking one command, bro. Okay, like, I need to, can you please show me the type command to add a new column in table from the Snowflake. Like the way, bro, suppose like in future, if you are going to select as a MySQL developer or something like that, all of a sudden you don't want to learn again. So you have to come to the Google screen and you have to ask the Google. So the Google will give you one syntax, buddy. If you see here, alter table name and add column, and we have to give new column and we have to give the data type actually. So like the way, we have to copy this command and we have to, perform this command. Then only it should work like that. And that's why, that there is some difference between actually, one database to another database. But SQL is same for all the programming languages, bro, all the databases. Okay, let me go to another slide, buddy. So this is the content, bro. I'm going to teach you like, in the further sessions actually. So database we need to know, and SQL also we need to know, that is a programming language. And there are some data types, right? Data types is nothing but like, how could I say, like, we have a operators, but data types is nothing, bro. We have a integer, we have a Boolean numbers, this kind of things, right? Already. So those are also I can able to show you in the next sessions. But type of SQL statements are different, bro. We have a DDL command, DML commands, and we have a select statement. Why we are using that select statement? Most of the time, bro, when you are learning, not learning, when you are preparing something and when you are trying to insert the comments, right? Most of the comments are starting from select command only in all the SQL side. Okay. And we have a predefined functions also. Aggregate functions means like maximum of salary, minimum of salary. We do some mathematical calculations and all by using the aggregate functions. Also, suppose you have a amount buddy like 1,000 point some 59 paisa. Okay, you don't want to showcase that 59 paisa in your account actually. So what you have to do is we have to do some round off some salary amount. So the round command will help you to remove that paisa actually, like to after two digit number of your salary. So that will help you actually to showcase the proper data in a unique way. And subqueries also we do, like like suppose you are writing one query, right? Inside the queries also we are going to run actually. So in a one query, so we can write two or three more queries also. Like the way we can build one query and we can use that query in the production actually. And yeah, constraints is nothing, bro. The constraints I can tell you why we are using. Suppose if there is a one column, bro. Suppose today I'm inserting one column actually. Okay, in that column contains one first name of user, last name of user. Okay, but I'm today I'm by mistakenly I'm not inserting the first name and last name. Okay, and there is a problem, right? There is one null will be inserted. So inserted. So in order to avoid that null concept, we are doing some constraints also. So the constraints will tell to the table like next time when you are inserting null value, it won't take actually. That's why we are using this constraints concept actually. And chance, there is two tables and we have to check same column in each table, and we have to join the two tables at a time by using the joins concept. And set operators that I can tell you, CTC is also like common table expressions we can call, bro, in Excel side. I can show you that also. Indexes we are using for performances of table speed actually, because all of a sudden you are running the heavy query, so sometimes you feel like the query is taking time, right? That's why we are doing some index operations, and that will increase the performance actually in the database. And access control, nothing but suppose grant and revoke, like in our side actually, like when we want to provide one role to one user, we are using grant, right? And when we wanted to take back that control, so we are using revoke access, right? Like in Azure Active Directory and all. So same thing that we have a DCL commands, bro, like not DCL, transaction control commands we have. So in that commands we have a access controls actually. I can show you. Performance tuning is nothing but like we are like improving the performance actually in the table. And advanced queries also I can show you. So after that, what next means, yeah, we are going to Snowflake side, buddy. After completing this SQL, and we will practice the queries. Okay. And let me jump into this database, buddy. This is the next concept actually. I will take this only, okay, today. Next, we will go with another comments, okay, bro? Next, we have data types. Next, we have like every day one, I will take one, bro, so that you can understand actually, okay, better. Okay, this introduction part now, right? Like, suppose, what is database basics means. See, bro, data is anything that can be represented as text, numbers, and multimedia. Suppose you are using WhatsApp right now, right? If I'm pinging you like a hi, Sanket, good morning, how are you doing today, like that. That is also a data, buddy. It's nothing but like you are sharing one contact information. I'm asking, there is a one HR called you. I'm also looking for one kind of job, and you shared some contact information to me, right? So that is also a data. And multimedia. Suppose you are sharing one picture to me or video to me, so that is also a data actually. And data is anything, right? That can be represented as text, like they are mentioning one example also. So technology is kind of alphabetic word, buddy, correct? They are calling this is also a data. And when you see 1 2 3 4 5 6, this is also a number. and they are telling this is also one more data. And when it comes to date format, right? This is year, this is month, and this is date. This is also a data they are telling. Okay. So data can be anything, bro. In the electric technology right now, like we are leading the databases actually, and most people now we are connected, right? Now we are connected in Teams also. This is also some data, buddy. Because I'm sharing my screen, you are seeing your screen, right? In my screen, so that is also a data actually. Yeah, next come to data set, bro. Data set is nothing, bro. Like, we have to show the data in a structured manner, actually. Suppose if you see, we have two examples, and I'm dividing two tables actually. Okay, one table I'm mentioning columns, rows, and I'm defining the column names also. Like customer ID contains customer ID information like 1011. This is a number of customer ID. And when it comes to name, I'm mentioning John Smith, Jessica, and so. And they have a age information, they have a email information, and they are having phone information. And when you are seeing this data, you will easily to understand, right? Like it is easy to read actually. Yeah. And when it comes to second table, I'm just not dividing the table, like not inserting the columns and rows in a table structure. I'm just defining in a proper sentence actually. These are like just like a lines, buddy. I'm just writing that in a one line and making some difference by using the column actually. And if you see this data, it's not understanding, right? Yeah. Mm. Correct. Data set, correct. Also, it should be a structured way, not like a non-structured way, actually. Okay, bro. Let me go to another one. So, okay. So now we know like what is data and data set, correct? Now it comes to database actually. So database is nothing but there is one storage, bro. Suppose all of a sudden you want to store some information, like you have a pen drive, you have a lot of MB in that pen drive, you are storing that data into your local disk C, right? So in the local disk C, once you stored the data, and you can able to view the data. And if you don't want data, like if you don't want some folders actually in that storage, you can able to do some modifications, right? You can delete it also, or you can rename it also, right? But first of all, where you like suppose you have a pen drive in hand, like with using that pen drive, like just seeing that pen drive, you can't do anything, right? You have to first copy the data and into your computer, then only you can check the data what is there in the pen drive, right? Correct. So this pen drive is helping you to save the storage, correct? Same thing like that. This database helping you to save the tables, views, functions in the database location. Correct. Suppose we are a go-to employees, we have a go-to IT corp, right? So that IT corp is one kind of table you can, it's a database you can call actually, okay? In that also we have a few departments like IT department, sales department, like that you can call, right? So you can call them as a objects actually. Under the objects, what you can see employee information, and that is stored in a table. Got it right, bro? So that is kind of objects, buddy. So they are also saying the same. Database is a system that allows users to store and organize and analyze the data. And it is one second, bro. Yeah, it is an organized collection of data stored in multiple related data sets. Means I said right now, suppose we are working for one company, go to IT, but in that also we have a lot of users. Like every user has they're having own departments like sales, IT corp, developers, like the way, right? And also, if you see this example, I joined as a company, bro, and I'm getting all this information like employee ID, employee name, date of birth, salary. Also, I can see my department ID and I can see my location ID also, correct? But if you see, they are defining the structure is in a different way, bro, like in a proper way. See, if they are maintaining this kind of data, that data should be some clumsy actually. That's why they are like dividing location part in location side actually. Like suppose you are from Pune, right? So they're separating that database also. I mean, they're separating one more table also in the same database, because whenever I want to do some coding queries and all, so the data will be coming in a faster way actually. Suppose I want to fetch out the data, select star from, no, not star from, select location from location table where employee ID equals to 7. This means that wherever the location ID and employee ID is like wherever the in the table employee ID is matching the seventh record, I can get the employee ID 7 information about location and location details. And the same thing like that, suppose this employee ID information also having department ID, and we have a different table also for the department. So if you see, there is a relation between these tables actually. That's why, we can call them that is a database, and using that database, we can store all the entity information. Got it right, bro? Okay. So you can ask me also, like suppose if you are feeling some, difficult actually, but this they tell that there is lot of tables in your organization, but every table can relate to another table. That is a database actually. Okay, bro. And let me go to another one. And use of database, no, bro. Right now, I'm just showing you normal database. I have some data actually in the notepad. Actually, I can share. I can share you, and I can insert the data in Snowflake tables. But when you join as a company where you have a where you can see like millions of records, bro, that is a huge amount of data. But what this database, because of we are using database, we are handling the huge amount of data in the company, because all of a sudden they can ask you, there is a millions of records, they can ask you to divide that million records in proper way, like they can ask you to divide that million records in thousands of records. At that time you have to understand which row, which column is important in that table, and based on that you can make some where conditions, and you can filter the data. So for that sake also, database is important to store the like huge amount of data in the company. Also, it is easy to combine different data sets, bro. I just told you, like, how to make a different data sets and analyze the data. That is correct, bro. Because today you joined, right? Your name is Sanket, and even by mistake, like created one more account for you. Means there is a duplicacy of your account, right, in the database. So that's why we have to analyze the data in a proper way. Suppose if there is a multiple records having the same kind of employee ID, so we have to take a decision, and we have to just avoid the duplicacy of the records. And for that also, you will be creating one more table and maintaining the proper unique records actually for every employee. It's not about employee, bro, because I'm just teaching you, and I'm telling uh, but in the real time, maybe you will get some Zomato kind of productions, kind of data. That is the food market. And when it comes to tire manufacturing company, right? We have a seat. Seat is a manufacturing company, right? Where Virat Kohli is, uh, promoting that. Yeah. So you will in future, like, we don't know like in which company we are going to deal. Suppose if you go with Mercedes Benz, there you have to maintain the cars data, like car manufacturing data. So for that, we need to know what, we need to know the just like what is database, what is data set, and where we have to store the database, and how do we run the queries actually in the RDMS products like Snowflake. And database is backend for many application, bro, that because if even though if you play PUBG also, that is just like a front end for us. If any patch is coming, backend there is a developers, and they are updating the patches actually, like version changes and all, correct? Like the way we are doing actually, and easy to share the data. You and me join one company, bro, because our manager is asking to uh, connect with together, and he is giving some access to me to run the queries and all in one database. I did that. I already moved that data into live actually, okay, after testing and all. But as you are also a developer, you need to take one ticket, and where you have say like where the customer is asking you to do the same some queries actually to run in the backend. So if you don't have data, if I'm not sharing the data with you, then it's a problem again, right? So that's why we have a feature called data shared between the teams, bro. Like that is for internal actually, not like external. So yeah, doing that shared thing, yeah, you can able to fetch the data easily and you can share the data, buddy. And data security, see, Snowflake, I am not showing you right away, but I can show you in future cases, like in future sessions. Snowflake, by using Snowflake, the Snowflake is a company, bro, actually. Okay. There is having their company and they are having this tool, right? So the Snowflake also, by default, they are providing the data security and all for every layer actually in the data. Otherwise, data can be hacked easily and stolen by someone, right? And when you see, we have a on-premise data. Suppose you can think, bro, we have a data for your customers, which is stored in the Active Directory side, not Active Directory side, on-premise server side, okay, like Windows Server, something like that. And suppose if your data is, set to publicly available, then definitely this data can be shared with everybody, right? So that is a problem for the security. So that is the reason we are not allowing some ports, right? Like port number 8080 is for public, right? So we are not allowing that ports actually because we have a VPN protection and we have some firewalls also. So that can tell that no other person can able to access our data. Only the organization persons can able to access. Only the person has certain restrictions. So like the way when you chosen the cloud tool, actually Snowflake, we don't want to worry about security features and all because like after you take some subscription, like after your company takes some subscription from that cloud team, the cloud team provide that kind of license actually, and they are only managing the security and all. And RDBMS, bro, I just told you. And there are some products, right? Like a MySQL, MSSQL, PostgreSQL, PLSQL, NoSQL also there. So like the way we have a Snowflake also. Snowflake is a cloud RDBMS product actually. And we are talking about all this SQL, right? We are working in the RDBMS product only. That is our first interface actually. We have to open that every day and we have to run the queries actually. I can show you that later, bro. But uh, you have to read this one line actually. This is very important. The relational database is a database that stores the data in table form, like containing columns and rows actually. And using this RDBMS product, you use to store, manage, query, and retrieve the data from your relational databases. And this is interface between your applications and user also. User means, yeah, you are the person daily managing your queries actually in the database. And this is the RDBMS products, bro. I just mentioned all these things. You see, we have a lot of things. Hmm? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, yeah, take your time. You can see my Zoom screen also, no? Okay, cool. That is also recording actually. Okay, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, bro, we have a opportunities in Oracle, we have a opportunities in MySQL, but these are all databases, right? So without SQL programming, without SQL queries, these are just like nothing, bro. They are just like applications actually. Using those application, we are running the SQL commands and all by managing the data. And then we have a one more slide. So this is table, bro. Table is a database object. I just told you, right? We have a database. Under that, we have a data sets. Under that, we have entities. And under that, we have a tables. So this is just like a database object. And we are creating, because we are creating the table in the database side. That's why this is a database objects. And it is stored the information in rows and columns. And see, as we are a developers, and we should not pronounce the words are rows actually, because Rows is just like a normal, layman said. But as we are like if you are a developer, you have to call the rows as records actually. Columns are fields actually. Okay. And this is a customer table, just like example I already shared you. And one second, let me go back to that slide. Okay. And metadata, bro. Metadata means data about data, which talks about data. Suppose I could say, I could ask you one question, okay? Hey, Sanket, I have a customer data, like I have a customer table which I created so long time. Can you tell me what and all items that customer table has? So that you have to give me one answer, right? Hey, Suresh, like customer table is containing customer ID, customer, there are containing like five columns, and you have to tell like customer ID, customer name, age, email, and phone number. So this is what, this is a metadata, buddy. This is metadata actually. Okay. And it is stored in the table. Okay. And how to load a data means using insert into commands, bro. We have a manual insertion available, and not like manual insertion. Suppose you have a Excel sheet, which is having like same thing like, username, user first name, last name, user employee ID, user email address. By using this Excel file also, you can able to load. I can show you how to load that also, but you have to use CSV format, because JSON format which can't support actually. You have to make this Excel as a CSV file. Using that CSV file, we can able to load the data in a Snowflake without writing any manual commands actually. Okay. And not only that, we have a ETL tools also. I told already, like in Azure, we have a containers, right? And in AWS, we have a S3 buckets. Suppose you are storing your data like all the CSV Excel files in that storage location, and you have to give that path actually. You have to give that path in the Snowflake while writing the query. And after that, what will happen? That will create one stage environment, bro. Stage means that Snowflake can tell, okay, this is the stage, like stage area. It can fetch the data from the external provider Azure, means container. So that data can be loaded into, yeah, you have to use some copy into commands. After you loaded that data into Snowflake, your data will be stored in the storage area in the Snowflake. And after that, you will be creating one table. Once you create the table, right, you have a storage area, bro, already. A stage area, which is already saving your data in the saving from your containers. So directly you can do some commands actually, like, copy the data from these tables, and it will be loaded actually in that new table which you created. Later, uh, you can showcase the data actually easily, because you don't want to every time to open the Excel file and showcase the data, right? You are already loaded that into tables, so you can directly showcase the data in Snowflake actually. I can show you, bro, in when we are, going with the Snowflake and all. Okay. Hello. Okay. Yeah, bro. And how to access the data from the database, that we have a data without SQL programming. We can't able to access the data, bro, from the database, because we need to know SQL, and SQL is very important here. And we using the SQL, we can access the data, manipulate the data means we can delete the data, and we can retrieve the data again. We have that commands actually. Suppose if you delete one record also, we can roll back the data, means we can retrieve the data again back by using some commands. And also this you see, right, this is programming language to communicate with the RDBM systems, like this is the RDBMS products, and Snowflake also one of them. Okay. And this is a ANSI, bro, like American National Standard Institution language, which can support all the RDBMS products. But there is some similarities in the syntaxes and the keywords actually. Apart from that, the way you are running the queries are same actually in the other languages, like other, not languages, other RDBMS products. And we can be using this SQL, we can build SQL queries, and we can create a stored procedures also. Stored procedures, I can tell you, bro, why it is important. But I can tell you one example, okay? Suppose you are depositing deposit 5K amount in your SBI account. Okay. As soon as that deposit guy taken your money and he loaded the data, actually means he is depositing some 5K amount to your account, right? But after he deposited the amount, you will be getting one OTP, right? Automatically. That means that, see, okay, you deposited this much amount and you went to ATM actually. In the ATM, you just insert the card and you withdraw some 1,000 amount actually, okay? And these guys, they already developed something in the database, bro. Whenever you deposited money, like whenever you are taken withdraw some amount, there is automatically some procedures created actually in the backend that will automatically, like suppose every time if there is a developer available and he has to do every time for every user means that will takes a lot of time, right? That is the reason they created this kind of store position. Suppose if you are just debiting 1 rupee also, there is the store position called, okay, Sanket is debiting 1 rupee in his account. Yeah, we will be sending one trigger to him, his account actually, and he will be getting one SMS also. Like the way they build something. I can tell you how to create and all. And queries can be written in using operators, keywords, expressions, and functions. Bro, this I can show you in the further sessions. Okay. Okay, bro. I think that's it for today. Tomorrow I can talk about this, data types. Let me show you how they are look like. Means like text, numeric values, data values. These are the things, bro. I can tell you, like, these are like, firstly, we will go with the theory part, buddy, okay? Because we have a lot of things in theory. You see, we have 3 classes in theory. And after that, we will directly jump into the queries. And this is the queries actually, which I took from the course. And we can run the same codes actually in the Snowflake. And Snowflake is just like a cloud tool, bro. And you will get a trial pack also. Let me show you that. See, this is my Snowflake account, which is having trial pack. Okay. Just, yeah, after Snow Pro certificate is there, bro. I can share you, but you need to understand large of thing in Snowflake actually. No, I'm not done. I didn't done actually. I just done only SQL, buddy. Snowflake, definitely I need to take a lot of time. See, this is Snowflake, bro. Okay. And this is a cloud tool actually. You see, this is a website. And whenever you want to write a query, you have to come to create and you have to open your SQL worksheet. Under that worksheet, you have to write your queries. And if you see here, your all databases are available here. So I can tell you in the going forward how to create a database and how to write a SQL queries and all. And yeah, that's it, bro. But in the meanwhile, now, no problem. I can share you tomorrow also because how to create this Snowflake account, I can share you in one video. Okay. Yeah, bro. Thanks, bro. Anything else, buddy? Yeah, sure. Then wait a second. Let me unrecord this. Like I will stop the recording.